Hi, and welcome to another video tutorial in which I'll be talking about tractable and intractable problems. We know from the halting problem that not all problems can be solved by a computer. But out of the problems that can be solved by a computer, some are much more computationally difficult than others, and we define them as intractable problems. So let's go through what a tractable problem is and what an intractable problem is. A tractable problem is a problem which can be solved in polynomial time or less. If you haven't seen big O notation before, you might want to check out my videos for that are on my website. But what polynomial time is so some examples of a polynomial time complexity would be O(n) like that, and O(n) log n, and O(n) to the 10. So those are all polynomial time complexities, and these problems tend to be able to be solved in a reasonable time for the solutions to the problem to be useful. But that's not always the case. It depends on what your input is, and I'll go over that in a second. But let's first look at the intractable problems. So an intractable problem is just the opposite of a tractable problem, in that it can't be solved in polynomial time. So some time complexities that you might have for an intractable problem could be 2 to the n or n factorial. In your exam you might be asked about what approaches a programmer could take to solve an intractable problem in a reasonable time period. And what it's looking for is for you to be talking about heuristic methods. Heuristic methods, and what heuristic methods are a sort of method of solving a problem which will not produce an exact solution, but it will produce a good approximation to a solution, and it will take much less time to produce that solution. So I've got an example, and it's so if we had the example of a computer chess player, and a computer chess player might have lots of possible moves that it could take, but it might use a heuristic algorithm so that it did not have to consider every possible move before deciding which move was best. Okay, so that's what an intractable problem is, and a tractable problem. And just to recap, you might use a heuristic method to produce an approximate solution to an intractable problem in a more reasonable time period. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this tutorial video. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you in the next one.